Hello, everyone. This is Matthew Brand. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not familiar, there was a shooting in a garlic festival. If you haven't seen it on the news, garlic festival in California, the place with one of the strongest gun control laws, probably the state with the second harshest gun control laws. It's very hard to carry. They might be matched up with New York, but in different ways, right? Like I don't know if New York has a ammo a thing that makes you tax your ammo, or sorry, not tax. It's a background check, right? You have to pay for a background check every time you buy ammo, which is stupid. But the point is, they have very strict gun laws. But I'd say New York might be slightly stricter. However, it might operate differently than California, right? They have different types of control. But anyway, California is ridiculous, and this happened in a gun-free zone, of course, and they always happen in gun-free zones. And this is just speaking logically. This is not being some super right-wing or alt-right or whatever they call people like that. Like I'm not working for the Republican Party. Trust me. But the deal is, when you look at stuff like this, it should be a warning to people. It should be a huge warning that this is what happens when you give the government too much power. You weaken yourself. If there are a bunch of people there who are armed and ready to go, and I heard they had security, right? It was a gun-free zone. They had security checking out the doors, but this guy snuck in some other way. So it just shows how ineffective all these methods are. And if this isn't a big, like, a red flag right in your face, right? Red flag laws being an entirely different subject. But if this isn't a big red flag in the face of people who should realize that this crap doesn't work, I don't know what is. Now, people from other countries, I put something on the video earlier. They compared to other countries. Like, how come this is like that here and it's not like that in other countries? You know, we're better gun control. That's because in other countries, they have a lot less of a population. So when people have issues, I mean, the gun is that's something else entirely. But there are a lot of issues in this country that is hard to address because our population is so high. And California has one of the highest populations, um, the highest population. New York too. They have higher populations, so that's why they are so worried about the guns. The police wouldn't be able to handle it, and especially when you have these also are two states where their governor treats their police like garbage. So you get less people wanting to be police. It's just a thing. So keep that in mind when you're voting. Is all I'm saying. Like when you see these kind of gun control laws, if you have somebody who wants to make you a sitting duck, I suggest you not vote for him. I know you might not like the other guy, but the other guy is only in there for 4 years. I don't care that when you're listening to this. This might be 2014. Well, no, it's way past 2014, but I'm sorry, 2024, 2020, 2028. Whenever the time occurs, right, for these elections, it doesn't matter. It's better to vote against someone who's actively talking about taking away your freedoms than just to send the message so that next time if you do prefer them on other topics, right, they get the message and they say, hey, you know what, we were wrong and we're going to cut that out. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully they get the message and they stop. I doubt it. I think this is just going to be, this is a sign of the times, and it is what it is. But I hope that these politicians get the message and understand that while they're taking their time to spend it against well-meaning gun owners, right? They'll do their best to spend it against. The Virginia shooting is the biggest example of this because somebody came in there with a 45 ACP. People aren't familiar with it. It's a big bullet, and it'll mess you up, make you bleed out faster in the long run, but in the short term, it's like the lesser advanced bullet. It's slow. The guns usually can't handle, a lot of the guns that were older or out there can't handle the higher pressure rounds. So it's not that devastating of a round, only in size. It works. Don't get me wrong. It works. But most of the guns that you have in 45 ACP can't hold anywhere near as many rounds as like a 9mm could, which is a lot more common. So that being said, they took that handgun in the Virginia shooting and tried to spin it against ARs, right? What they call us AR doesn't stand for assault rifle, but the media and politicians like to call assault rifles. Dave tried to spin it against that. That guy had a handgun, and he tried to spin it against the ship 45 ACP, and they tried to spin it against long guns, right? They tried to pass a law against long guns. What sense does that make? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.